Yep. All right. You want to move on to
Let's hit up Washington State. Let's head to Pullman.
Cougars.
So nationally, they ranked 59th. Previously in 2020, the 2020 class was 55, and next year is 55. So they're consistently right there.
Yeah.
Pac-12 ranked 9th. Previously it was 10th. Next year it's 9th. I think for me, this is probably the team I don't want to say I'm most excited for, but I'm very excited for this team. I like Nick Rolovich. I watched him at Hawaii. He did a very good job with Hawaii. And I think Hawaii, despite it being pretty and you'd think it would be an easy place to recruit to, it's not. It's a harder place to win. And he did that. Brought them to a Mountain West championship game. And then once Mike Leach left, he took this job. And I think it really suits his personality. And I think the reason that I know a lot about this team, kind of became an undercover fan of Washington State, which also doesn't make sense because
you don't like Mike
fan. Huh?
Was it because of Mike Leach?
Partially, but I liked watching them play when Mike Leach was there. It wasn't particularly because of Mike Leach, but
you don't like Mike Leach.
Well, it's not that I don't like Mike Leach. I think Mike Leach is a super fun coach.
Okay.
I just don't. I'm not sold on him at Mississippi State yet.
Gotcha.
I liked him at Washington State because Washington State has no expectations.
Yes.
If you win 3 games, they're gonna drink and be happy anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But he was not doing that. He was winning 11 games. And so they were super happy. And that really, in Pullman, pulled the university together and started some serious investment in the university. They renovated their stadium when Mike Leach was there. They created a massive football ops center in one of the end zones while Mike Leach was there. Now that I'm excited about Nick Rolovich, he has a very similar, I don't think it's the same like play style as Mike Leach, but he has a very similar personality where he does like quirky things that endear you to him.
Yes.
I watched a good part of their spring game, and instead of doing a coin toss for their spring game, I don't remember what position it was, but they had them go head to head and like.
Was it the kickers?
Yeah, it was kickers.
Yeah,
and that was awesome.
Yeah,
I wish we changed the NCAA rules to do that.
Some XFL shit.
Yeah, for real. So it's just that little things like that I see, and I think that it works to get those players that maybe are under the radar. Maybe that's what he's going to do. The unconventional player that is going to be good. He develops them and makes it work.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel about Washington.
And like you said before, that's the way it's going to work. That's at Washington State. That's the way it's going to work.
That's the way it has to work. You're not going to pull these 5-star kids, but you can win a lot of games at Washington State if you have the right mindset.
Yep.
Especially now that the foundation is laid.
Yep. I don't have anything more on Washington State. Let's get in their schedule. Home to Utah State to open the season. Then they play Portland State. So they should start off with 2 wins. I know we talked about Utah State in our last episode, and they're not in a great state. But Portland State should be a win as well. Then they open conference play. USC at Utah, at California, home to Oregon State, home to Stanford. Then they play BYU at home, and then at Arizona State, at Oregon, Arizona, and then they finish with their interstate rival, Washington, and that'll be at Washington.
Yeah. I think obviously their non-conferences relatively
blah.
Yeah, BYU, that's actually a decent opponent that they're pulling to Pullman, which will be nice. They'll fill the stadium for that. BYU travels really well, so
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know their win total, honestly. I think maybe 7 games is optimistic.
7 games is super optimistic.
Yeah.
Optimistic. They went 1-3 last year.
Yeah, and I'm saying 7 games is optimistic, but like I'm looking at this and I could see them pulling out. I could see them winning about 5 of the games, and maybe they surprise me.
I think that's fair. 5 games.